But we're starting with all things Doctor Who. So let's welcome the Doctor himself, Ncuti Gatwa, and his time-travelling companion, Millie Gibson. Welcome, guys.
Welcome both. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Well.
So you had the premiere last night. Millie, how was it?
Oh, you know what? It was weirdly chilled. I kind of got there and I was like, oh, it's fine. It's actually fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a lovely time. It was so cool seeing the episodes in full CGI and all that jazz. So yeah, it was really lovely. Yeah, we had a great time.
Nice. It's getting closer and closer. That first episode of the brand new series, just over 2 weeks' time, the 11th, Saturday night. How are we both feeling, Ncuti?
Terrified. It's terrifying,
It is.
but exciting as well. We poured so much love into it, and Russell's scripts are amazing, and so yeah, ready for the world to see it.
Yeah.
Heart is racing, but just ready for it.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, it's good vibes. Well, look, we have had non-stop messages from Doctor Who fans.
Oh, you've really filled up the inbox.
Yeah, it's mildly broken.
Sorry for the spam.
It's mildly broken, but Al and I, a while back, we actually had the opportunity to find Ncuti your very first fan as the Doctor, and we actually saw him wearing a T-shirt with you on it. This was your co-star from Barbie. That's Ryan Gosling after you starred with him on Barbie, and he's been a massive fan, mate.
A dear friend he is, yes.
That picture's following about. Following him about.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, he's a fan. And
Did he make that T-shirt himself, by the way?
I
You
think
gave it him, didn't you?
I gave it to him. Right. It was a little
said,
gift
"Wear
package.
it."
Wear it or else, right?
It was an amazing moment, and if I'm feeling a bit sad, Ncuti, I play it all the Kens in the Oscars singing. How was that? Because doing it in front of Hollywood's finest must have been a huge moment.
Well, I'm just Ken, and I'm enough. I'm enough. Oh my God, it was amazing. What an experience!
Insane.
I couldn't believe what was happening. But just a nice excuse to get dressed up in pink and celebrate that film as well. It's an incredible film. Ryan was so lovely to invite us all to do it with him, and so yeah.
I love that Ryan Gosling is a Doctor Who fan. I really do.
Who would have thought?
But look, Ncuti, you've had non-stop fun because it's continuing in the brand new series of Doctor Who. You get to travel to loads of different places, including the 60s, right? Now, I mean, some of these outfits are incredible, and you get to meet the Fab Four, you get to meet the Beatles as well.
themselves.
There they are. I mean, Millie, just how fun was it going to the 60s?
I've not left, as you can tell. I'm very much still loving it. Yeah. I absolutely adored it, and I remember when I was growing up watching Doctor, and I was like, the episodes where the Doctor and the companion go back in time, they're always my favourite. So I was like, I wonder if we will. And Russell happily gave us 2 times to go back to, and yeah, that was pretty special.
Yeah.
Well, all of that got Matt Allred hankering after his very own TARDIS.
If you, like the Doctor, had the power to go back in time, which act would you want to catch up with? So where are you going to go?
It's got to be Elvis, hasn't it?
Probably Madonna,
Late 80s?
late 80s. That's when she was at her best, I think.
Who's it going to
Johnny
be?
Cash, it's going to be. I know!
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be Folsom Prison.
You'd actually be in a men's prison?
Absolutely. I think it would have been electrifying.
Would you like to hang out with Elvis?
Not particularly.
Oh,
No, I liked his music, and that was about it.
would you like to hang out with Madonna?
In some places and in some places not. It would be nice to go for a coffee and have a drink and then call it a day.
You like daytime Madonna, not nighttime Madonna.
Yes, exactly. Respectable Madonna.
Jacob, you can go back in time. Who are you going to see and when?
It's the 100 Club on Oxford Circus.
Yep.
The Sex Pistols. I love the punk movement. So, you know, music like that, nobody cares what you think of us. We're just going to do what we want to do.
Who would it be?
It'd be Queen.
Queen?
Yeah, and it'd be Live Aid. He made himself an icon, right?
Probably David Bowie.
I don't know why I sensed you might say that. You can go back and watch any gig. What would it be?
Whitney Houston. My Name Is Not Susan tour.
So specific.
Glasgow SECC.
This is a gig you went to.
Yeah.
Why that gig?
I grew up in a village of 700 people in Scotland, and as a young gay man, and I literally was the only gay in the village. And you see somebody like that who's this huge icon, and you're going to go, oh yeah, I'm not the only one.
I would like to go back to the 80s.
Which artist?
Eric Clapton.
Why Eric Clapton? Why is that?
Because I like the song Tears in Heaven. I had a family member that passed away at a young age. That song was played and that song stuck with me all my life. It'd be nice to watch the man that actually wrote the song sing it in front of me. I think it'd be an honour.
I'm going to give you a time machine. You can go back in time.
Oh, okay.
You can watch any artist.
You got me excited. So I would go to Deep Purple's concert, yeah, and I'd arrive at 8 p.m. They'll probably come on about 9.
Love it.
Yeah, and I'd leave at 9:45,
Okay.
and then go to Prince's gig round the corner.
So Deep
I got
Purple.
I got 2 tickets on the same day.
You've got 2.
I'm not prepared.
I'm not even sure they've ever been in the same town together.
I believe it. It's a time machine. We can make it happen.
Thought this through, huh?
Deep Purple and Prince.
Yeah.
So, Ncuti and Millie, if you could go back, any gig, any artist, any year, who are you choosing? It's a difficult one, isn't it?
It's a difficult one.
My first one that springs to mind, and this isn't even that much back in time, but the brilliant Amy Winehouse for me.
Yeah, cool.
Good
Yeah,
choice.
yeah, that's the first one that springs to mind.
Yeah.
She's so
Ncuti?
unique and
Very good
beautiful.
choice. Prince. I think I'd go and see a Prince concert. I want to see
totally.
Purple Rain live.
Yeah.
Oh my God, imagine that.
Can you imagine?
Oh, so good. Well, look, there have been so many iconic Doctor and companion pairings over the years, right? Obviously, you now join that alumni. And we've got so many questions about this, Ncuti. We've actually had this from David saying, how would you describe your guys' on-screen partnership?
Oh, just 2 besties that can't help themselves but get in trouble.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, it's very much, it's very much a Ncuti and Millie vibe.
Yeah.
Translates onto screen. Just troublesome mischief makers of hearts of gold.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's lovely.
Yeah, that is nice.
I practiced that last night.
Well, you've seen Doctor Who being trailed across the BBC, but here's another taste of what we can expect over the coming weeks.
I don't have a people, I don't have a home, but I have freedom. Catching monsters, getting into scrapes. So I keep moving on to see the next thing, and the next, and the next. Have you ever felt so alive? And that's just the beginning.
No wires.
The Millie and Ncuti show is,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's perfect.
We get carried away.
No,
like this.
it's perfect. The chemistry between you guys is wonderful to see, and you can see it straight away. But Millie, I have to ask as well. You're playing one of the youngest. You are one of the youngest actors to play a companion.
Oh gosh.
And I understand that there was a moment where you found out you were going to be that companion, and you were in a tanning salon. Is that right?
I just had a spray tan.
God.
So yeah,
Not good for tears and the
not
streaks.
at all, Alex. Can you imagine? I stood there and I was like, "Don't cry this off." This was £20. So yeah, it was intense. But I also thought
It wasn't whilst it was happening, was it?
No. Imagine that would be even worse. No, it was whilst I was drying off. So I don't actually know what's worse. I was in the most peculiar place, and it was so funny because leading up to it I was like, okay, I'm going to be in a quiet coffee shop or just at home in case they go, you didn't get it, and I'm like, oh, that's awful. But yeah, it was the day I was in a tanning salon and I found out.
I actually love you even more now. Now then, Ncuti, you're the 15th Doctor. We've got another question. Oriana asks, do the Doctors have their own group chat? And have they given you any advice?
They do have their own group chat.
What's it called?
The Hooniverse.
So original.
That is so original. Yeah,
Yeah, and they have given so much advice. They've been so lovely and friendly and generous with their time.
Yeah.
And
Who's
so,
the friendliest?
The friendliest, I'd say Davy Poo, David Tennant.
David Tennant.
Yeah. But all of them. It's like it's a club that only we get. You know, only the Doctors get.
But there must be that massive thing, you know, when you heard the news that obviously you were going to be the next Doctor, did it go through your mind straight away being like, okay, how do I put my own spin on this? And you know, how did you do it?
when this one walked into the audition room.
Stop it. You need to stop answering that question.
Honestly,
like that.
I was like, now I know where I want to now I know the vibe of what I want in the TARDIS. Just because there was such a cheeky glint in your eye. And I was like, this one is so sharp and troublesome. And I was like, this is perfect for the vibe that I want. So yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. Now we know, dun dun dun, there are no Daleks. But Ian would like to know who, therefore, are the villains in this series.
So we have the incredible Jinx Monsoon.
He's the most powerful villain that the Doctor's ever faced.
Oh, wow.
She is very exciting. We've got Bogeyman.
Yeah.
Also still
sounds horrendous.
Scared as to
what
you can say. Yeah, I can tell. There's a lot of people over here that are going.
There's like a gang of execs over there.
Every exec is just like this right now. Yeah. Well, let's move on because
in the mail.
Well, look, I know, Ncuti, there's something that you do that I found really, really interesting. You're a big fan of astrology.
Am
I right?
Yes.
And you like to map out the astrological chart of your characters.
I'm so cool. Without
diving into what exactly is required in an astrological chart, what star sign is the Doctor and why?
Well, I think he's an Aquarius.
Okay.
Are you an Aquarius?
I'm an Aquarius.
You're an Aquarius.
I'm an Aquarius,
I
yes.
think he's an Aquarius. He's very intelligent. And oh my God, very intelligent. It's got a purpose to fight for as well. Thinks about society as a whole and how to better it.
Yeah. Well, that sounds nothing like me.
No,
so you lost me at intelligent, Ncuti. You lost me at intelligent.
That's not true. Now then, we should say, before you two get yourselves in trouble, we will say Doctor Who is set to make its explosive return on Saturday, the 11th of May. For the first time ever, this is exciting. 2 episodes will launch at midnight on iPlayer, and then they'll be shown on BBC One later that day, right before the Eurovision Song Contest. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's they thought that one through.
Yeah, totally. Nice. We cannot wait. Now we're joined now by someone that we're used to seeing making mischief on Albert Square. It is, of course, Michelle Collins.
Hello.
Michelle, funny thing is as well, Miss Scala, you played that character in Cluedo.
She is the younger version of me.
She's the younger version of you. But there's even a better... Well, no, but there's an even better link as well, because you're also akin to these guys, because you starred in Doctor Who.
I did, so...
Alongside David Tennant.
Doctor Who, that was my doctor. I did an episode called 42, which was written by Chris Chibnall, but it was 42 minutes in real time. Wow. Spaceship heading for the sun. You know, as you do, it runs out of petrol, that kind of thing. You know?
Standard Doctor Who.
And I died at the end, but hey, No, it was good. It was good fun. I could always come back.
Nothing is out.
We have to talk now, then, before we run out of time, about your new film, Stephen.
Yes.
Bear with, right? This is a tricky one to explain. It's sort of like a film within a film. Stephen is a real person.
Yes.
Isn't he? I'll hand over to you.
OK, so Stephen is played by an actor called Steve Giddings. And the whole film is about recovery and addiction. So it's part documentary and part fiction. And the director, Melanie Manchon, is just a clip, an amazing, she was an artist, photographer, it's her first film. And she met Steve when he was in recovery about 7-8 years ago. She loved him. He kind of wanted to be an actor, but because of everything that was going on in his life, it didn't kind of happen. So she said, I want to write a film about you. So that's how it kind of came about. So we did this about 3 years ago, and we worked with a group of people who were recovering addicts with addictions. And so they play themselves, and they also play parts in the film. So I play myself, but I also have a part in the film. So he is a gambling addict.
Yeah.
And I play a loan shark.
Max.
Called Max. So everyone thinks he's going to be a man because it's kind of quite... Well, you think it's quite unusual to have a female as a loan shark, but actually it's not. And it's all set in Liverpool, and she's a bit of a nasty character. Don't know how to do that. I'm not very good at playing nasty characters. But it's really exciting because it's kind of... it's kind of, they call it hybrid, high concept. It's never really been done before, but I'm kind of, it's not worthy. It's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
And, you know, these stories that people have of their addictions and recovery. And for them to be in this film, they just absolutely love it. I mean, we had a script, but we did a lot of improvisation as well.
Yeah.
And it's doing really well, and we had the kind of premiere last night, so it's exciting.
Well, shall we have a look? Here's you as Max.
I need $5 grand by Friday. You got that, lad? $5 grand. Friday.
Ncuti was holding on for dear life.
He is so good. And I said to him last night at the premiere, so what are you going to do? Are you going to try your hand at acting? And he was like, oh, I don't know. It's like, you have to, you're so good.
Well, the great thing is, as well as Michelle, you've got another film in the pipeline as well, again, based on a real person, is that right?
Yes. So I'm working with this director again, because I do a lot of my own kind of things, producing, and it's called Self Storage, and it's about a woman who lived in a storage unit for 9 months during lockdown. It's a crazy story, but it's true. It's a real story, and it's going to be really exciting. Yes, yeah.
Gosh.
And I'm playing the woman. It's a very small cast, kind of 3-4 people. Again, a little bit arty, but not as arty as Stephen.
No.
But I think this is what I don't want to do is kind of put people off and think, oh, it's kind of a really arty, but it's really intense. But you learn a lot from watching this film, and it's kind of a film that I think people should see.
Okay.
You know, because there are a lot of people, because of where we are now in recovery, addiction, and, you know, it's about storytelling, and drama helps with people with these kind of things, doesn't it? A lot.
But we're not.
That's why we need it.
We're not going to see you on the square, though, are we?
Oh, no, I've still got my part-time job. Like.
Perfect. That's it. We needed to know.
My producer will kill me because I've talked about everything else apart from EastEnders. But no, I am. I do all of this in my spare time, you see. No, I'm still very much in EastEnders, and she's still very much. She's kind of going to get badder. Can I say badder? Can you say badder? No, you can't.
Yeah, you can say badder.
You can't say badder.
Badder's
No, I'm just
fine.
trying to think. I was just trying to think of a word what I can say, but I suppose put it this way, because a lot of people have said worse. Because a lot of people have said Cindy's
I told you,
too
Ncuti,
nice.
I'm not intelligent. I went with badder it, the word is
I
worse.
was nervous. Don't listen to me.
Stephen is in select cinemas
went to grammar school
today.
Yeah. Now, there could be some bad news. Thank you so much, just really quickly, to all of our comments as well. Craig says, I cannot wait for the brand new series of Doctor Who. Ncuti and Millie are going to be fantastic.
On Monday, I'll be chatting to Rod Gilbert, Leighton Williams and Nikita Gutzman. Thank you so much and have a lovely weekend.
Bye.